Hello and welcome to a new Football Manager experiment with me, Paul, otherwise known as Golden FM. And today it's the second instalment in my starting from scratch series, carrying on from the first episode, which was Man City. So check that out if you haven't done so already. The link will be in the description below. And what basically this series is all about is removing all the players from a team or teams, and possibly the managers as well, and then letting them start from scratch and see how they do over the seasons by holidaying through the game, see if they get relegated or manage to survive, or bring in new players to replace the old ones. That's basically the premise. And today it's going to be Barcelona and Real Madrid. That was the most popular option in the comments section of the last video. And the next best option was Arsenal and Spurs, I believe. So that's going to be the next episode shortly. But if there's any more you want me to do, let me know in the comment section below. There was lots of suggestions, so that's good. So this could be a long-running thing, hopefully. Before I get started, please follow me on Twitter. Follow my Golden FM account. Just in case you miss videos, although you may be subscribed to the channel, you may actually miss them. It doesn't always appear in subscription boxes, and you may not always check YouTube all the time. But if you're on Twitter, I usually sort of post the video 3 or 4 times throughout the day, just to make sure people spot it and watch it. So it's always useful. And you can follow my personal account as well, which is @PaulHolden91, both of which are in the description below. Anyway, let's have a look. This is Barcelona. Ignore this, for some reason it hasn't taken away captain and vice captain. I did this on the actual editor today. I didn't use the in-game editor, so I will put the database on the Steam Workshop. I'll put the link in the description below for that as well. So you can download it and play as Barcelona or Real Madrid or perhaps another team and try and sign some of their players. Good luck trying to sign Messi. But these are the players that have sort of moved up from the B team automatically. Someone called Bicho. So it'd be interesting to see how their young players start in La Liga. And the same with Real Madrid, really. Once again, for some reason, it's kept the captain and vice captain. They're not a part of the club. They do actually have Hernandez on loan, so that may be a big bearing on Real Madrid staying up, possibly. I only deleted their permanent players. I have removed the managers as well, as you saw. So it'd be interesting to see who they get as managers, who they bring in the transfer window. Of course, Man City had the problem of financial fair play. I think they have about 10 million budget, so they didn't bring in many players. And Barcelona and Real Madrid may have the same problem. I'm not sure about Barcelona's transfer ban. Is that in place in a season or two? I'm not really 100% sure how that's working, because they just seem to be signing players anyway. So perhaps that won't be a bearing on this episode, but time will tell. I'm just going to holiday 5 seasons in this episode and see how it has an impact on the two giants of Spanish football. So here we go. Frank Rijkaard's in charge of Barcelona at the end of the summer transfer window. Sergio Sanchez is their captain, and Sergi Samper is the assistant vice captain. Key player is Pedro Leon, who they signed from Getafe for 3.9 million. So they have signed some players. This is their transfer history. They spent exactly 10 million, sold one player, some players went out on loan. So they brought in Fernando Pacheco, Munir, Marco Asensio, Sergio Sanchez, Pedro Leon, Jose Morales, Hector Redes and Gerard Moreno from reasonably well established Spanish teams. So we're just going to look at some players from the Barcelona team. Because I use the actual editor, we can't see where they went automatically. I have to manually search for them. But Lionel Messi is at Wolfsburg of all teams, earning 110k a week. That is unusual. Why has he gone there? That's really strange. Let's have a look at Iniesta. Just look at some of the stars and see where they went. He's at Chelsea on 150k a week. Xavi. I don't know if this would be the right Xavi. Yeah, he's at Man United. And Neymar. Let's have a quick look. He is at Porto. So some unusual moves for these teams. Let's have a quick look at someone like PK. Go for a defender. Have I spelt PK right? He's at Liverpool. So there we go. Just 5 players. But obviously, if you download my database, the players will go to various teams. So have a go, see where they end up, and let me know. So there's only been 2 games in La Liga so far, and Barcelona 18th after 2 games, Real Madrid are 15th. Real Madrid actually have managed to get a win under the belt. So let's go to Real Madrid. Roberto Mancini's in charge of Real Madrid. Of course, he went to Man City in the first episode. Captain is Sergio Aguilar. Marcos Llorente is vice. Javier Hernandez is their key player. That's the team. Transfer history-wise, they spent 4.85 million. Didn't sell any players. Quite a few players going out on loan. They've brought in Samu Miguel and Gil Munoz, Jabi Arruta, Nicholas Stark and David Mateos. Smaller transfers for them, so perhaps that will have a bearing. Let's have a quick look at Cristiano Ronaldo. See where he went on a free. He has gone to... Oh, he's not got a team at all at the moment. Perhaps someone like Bale will have a team. Gareth Bale. Let's have a quick look at him. He has gone to Arsenal. Brilliant signing for them. James Rodriguez. Where's he gone? Chelsea. So most of these players are going to England, apart from Messi, who's gone to Wolfsburg for some reason. Benzema doesn't have a team. And Sergio Ramos, let's look for a defender lastly. But let me know once you've downloaded, he's at Man United, let me know once you've downloaded this database, just holiday, up to September, let me know where your players went. So at the end of the first season, both Barcelona and Real Madrid survived. In fact, Barcelona managed to finish up in 5th place. Atletico won the title, Real Madrid down in 10th. So Barcelona were not really affected hugely. Now, of course, both were affected in some way. They weren't finishing in the top 3 like usual. But none of them got relegated. The Rayo, Getafe and Elbar went down. Barcelona, did they bring in any more players in January? They spent 1 more million in January. And team-wise, let's look at appearances. Sergi Sampar was their top performer, 20 years old. 18 goals for Munir was the top scorer. So he's come up from the B team. In real life, he is playing in the first team. So he's done very well for them and helped them up to 5th place in the league. Real Madrid struggled a bit more. Marcelo Bielsa is their manager now. We didn't check Real Madrid, Barcelona. Let's quickly check. Yep, Frank Rijkaard's still in charge of Barcelona, but Real Madrid have changed their manager. Top player in terms of appearances was Nicholas Stark, the German. Goals-wise, it was, in fact, Hernandez, so he was their main player. Without him, they may have gone down, or finished towards the bottom, I think. But he'll be going back to Man United, so I'll have to see who they bring in to replace him for their goals next season. This guy was actually on loan. He didn't score any goals for them. Second top scorer was this guy from Finland, Markkanen, who doesn't really look that. He looks very average, sort of a championship player, really. So how did they do in the Champions League? Because obviously they're not going to be in the Champions League next season now. They managed to... Well, they were in the group. Bayern won against Liverpool in the final. So this was the group stage where Real Madrid finished bottom of their group. And Barcelona, where did they finish? Can't see them. They appear to have vanished. Barcelona finished 3rd in their group behind Monaco and Leverkusen. So they went into the Europa League, I guess, after that. And they actually reached the semi-final, losing against Arsenal, which is unlucky. Can't seem to click on it. Who won that? Arsenal won the final. So there you go, Arsenal fans. So that's holiday another season. Oh, we'll have a quick look at Messi to see how he did for Wolfsburg. So 24 goals in 43 appearances, helping Wolfsburg. Who won the title? They finished 5th. So there you go. So I'm going to holiday 4 more seasons, like I said. I will holiday up to the end of the 3rd season and then up to the end of the 5th season. So at the end of the 2nd season, Barcelona recovered to win the title. Real Madrid, however, finished down in 9th place. 80 points for Barcelona, fantastic season to recover. But then at the end of the 3rd season, Real Madrid actually finished above Barcelona with Atletico winning the title. So that is interesting indeed. We'll go to transfer history. They've still got Frank Rijkaard in charge, but let's go back a season. They spent 83 million in the second season. Skirtle was on a free. Ruben Garcia, Sherrari from Monaco, Arribas from Seville. Massive signings, and they sold 800k worth of players. And then in the third season they spent 36.25 million on 4 players and sold a few. So that's probably why they won the league. They spent a lot of money in the second season and it paid off. Their top performer at the end of the third season, top goal scorer, was Munir again. Can't see the previous season. Average rating, Sergi Samper, really. He's turned into a good player. 3 caps for Spain as well now. The top players won matter according to this. In 4th in the world. So that is interesting indeed. Let's just have a quick look at if they've managed to win anything. So they've won the Spanish Cup this season, runners up in the previous season. La Liga, of course, they won. Anything else? No. These are their fixtures for the third season. So they got to this. They obviously won the Spanish Cup final against Real Madrid. In fact, very good performance from the team. They've signed Balanta, bit of a cult hero. And Champions League, they got to the quarter-final, losing against Napoli. So let's go to Real Madrid. Joachim Löw is in charge now. Iborra is their captain. Their top key player is this guy, Romanian. Looks very good for a 22-year-old. And this season, they finished second above Barcelona, of course. They signed Llorente of Zarate as well from West Ham. And how much he went for? 17 million. Huge signing. Real Madrid, West Ham were relegated, that's probably why. So let's look at the transfers, see what they did do in the second season. So they spent 100 million and they still only finished 9th. Crazy amount of money. But yeah, really underperformed. Mitrovic, a very good player coming in. Zarate as well, like I said. Those were the big signings. Lots of money spent. And then third season they spent 31.7 million. Similar sort of pattern to Barcelona, in fact. But some good players coming in. Jordi Amat coming from Southampton. So, there we go. Can Real Madrid win the league at some point in the next 2 seasons? We shall find out. Of course, Real Madrid have missed out on Champions League football for the last 2 seasons, but this season they will be in it. And here we go. 4th season. Real Madrid finishing above Barcelona. They finished 4th behind Real Betis. Atletico winning the league once again. They really have benefited. It's quite predictable that they would benefit from this. And last season, Barcelona won the league. So Real Madrid failed to win the league after starting from scratch, but they have recovered to get Champions League football the last 3 seasons, which is key to the future. Now, you guys at home watching this, download my database and you can holiday as far into the future as you want, or play on the game, see how it affects Barcelona and Real Madrid long term. But I think this just shows that they are a team that would recover despite having most of their players removed. Both teams are still rich. Doesn't look like they've lost any owners. I don't think that would ever happen to Barcelona and Real Madrid. Someone would always come in and save them because of their history. Whereas with Man City, they're a recent team that's been monetized, and perhaps if they did lose the money, maybe someone wouldn't come in and save them. But anyway, let's have a look. Jose Jesus is manager of Barcelona. Sergi Samper still captain. He's been captain since a young age, since the start when he was like 19, 20. Very big player for them. Fernando Pacheco, goalkeeper. Couple caps for Spain, and Balanta's turned into a key player for them. 60 caps for Colombia by the age of 27. This is their team. Top scorer this season, 2 players. Munir, who's turned into a beast. Wow, he's not actually that good. He just seems to... Well, he's decent, but he's not amazing. He's only got 2 caps for Spain, but he's a big player for Real Madrid. And also this Turkish player, Kalhanoglu, who scored plenty of goals as well. So good stuff from Barcelona. Have they managed to win the Champions League? They managed to reach the Euro Cup semi-final. Sorry, they reached the final of the Euro Cup. which is the Europa League. But they lost out in the final. Wolfsburg won. We'll have a quick look at Lionel Messi in a minute and Cristiano Ronaldo, as I'm sure most of you are dying to see them. And that was this season. Or was that last season? That was this season. Previous season to that, what did they achieve? Champions League Cup, first knockout round, lost against Man City. So who's won the last few? Real Madrid. Oh, Real Madrid did win the Champions League. So despite not winning the league, they've won the Champions League once. So in a way, perhaps that's better. Probably is. Let's see who they beat in the final. They beat PSG in the final 2-0. Goals from Ritario and Nuri. So massive stuff for them. They also, did they win the Spanish Cup? Don't think so. Spanish Cup quarter final. They lost in Seville in the quarter final. And last season they won the Spanish Cup final against Barcelona. So no, they didn't. They lost. Sorry. So Barcelona have won that twice. So Barcelona have won more competitions. I think 4 in total, or 5. 4 or 5. Whereas Real Madrid have won the Champions League. So I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below who you think did better. League-wise, Barcelona. Champions League-wise, Real Madrid. Depends which you prefer. So Lionel Messi at the age of 33, still at Wolfsburg. He's been there many years and got incredible average ratings. Have they managed to win the league? No, Bayern Munich have won it apart from one season. But Wolfsburg have won the Euro Cup, as we saw. So that is just unusual that he's gone to Wolfsburg and stayed there. Cristiano Ronaldo. How's he done since leaving Real Madrid? Obviously a lot older. He's at Liverpool at the age of 35. So he went to Liverpool and did pretty well with them. In fact, I'm guessing he did win something. Didn't they win? Oh, they've won. Okay, so since, let's have a look at this. He's won a hell of a lot with Liverpool. Champions League twice. Oh no, sorry, runners up. He's won the Champions League in 2018. No, oh no, they have won it. I'm confused now. No, sorry, I'm getting far too confused. He of course won it with Real Madrid in 2014. Then he won it with Liverpool in 2018. That's what I'm getting confused by. But he's also won lots of other things, like the Premier League. They've won 3 times since he's been there. So this could be down to Ronaldo. So I think Ronaldo's had the best career out of those two. So that's interesting in itself. But thank you for watching. Please leave a like. Give me suggestions of future teams that you'd like me to do. Like I said, Arsenal and Spurs will be next. I won't be removing the managers on that one. We'll see how Arsene Wenger does and how long he can survive. And also Pochettino as well. Also, just let me know your thoughts about this episode. And, of course, let me know if you do a similar thing with the database that you can download from Steam Workshop. See you in a future episode, guys. Bye.